Hey, grade 12s, welcome! So let's talk about something that's definitely 100% going to be in your final math lit paper. Time. Yeah, I know it can be a real headache, can it? But trust me, stick with me for the next few minutes, and we're going to turn those confusing time questions into some of the easiest marks you'll get. I mean, does this sound familiar? You're in the exam, you see a time question, you think, easy peasy. And then you get your paper back, and you've lost marks. It's so frustrating, right? It happens to so many people. But what if I told you there's a secret to making these questions your best friend? A way to pretty much guarantee you get them right every single time? Well, there is, and I'm about to show you. All right, let's do this. Before we get to the cool calculator tricks and, the exam hacks, we gotta make sure we're all on the same page. Let's just nail down the basics, the stuff you absolutely have to know, no excuses. Okay, so you've basically got two ways of telling time that pop up in exams. First, there's the 12-hour clock, with the AM for the morning and PM for the afternoon. Then you've got the 24-hour clock, which is what your phone probably uses. It just runs from midnight, which is 000, all the way to 1 minute before the next midnight, 23:59. The great thing about the 24-hour clock? No confusion. If you see 20:00, you know for sure it's 8 o'clock at night. No AM or PM to worry about. So how do we actually switch from one to the other? It's super easy, honestly. If you've got a PM time, all you have to do is add 12 to the hour part. That's it. So take 7:45 PM, you just take the 7, add 12, and what do you get? 19. The minutes, they don't change. So 7:45 PM just becomes 19:45. Simple rule, big results. Okay, now listen up, because this next part is maybe the most important bit. I'm going to show you the number one mistake, the biggest trap that catches literally thousands of students out every single year. I'm not kidding. This little thing can cost you so many marks. But the good news is, once you see it, you'll spot it a mile away. All right, let's just get right into it. Take a look at this. Is 1,45 hours the exact same thing as 1 hour and 45 minutes? Now, think about it for a second. Your gut reaction, what you really want to say, is probably yes. But I'm telling you now, be very, very careful. The answer is a big, fat, absolute no. And that right there is the trap. If you mix these two up, every single calculation you do after that will be wrong. Getting this right is probably one of the most critical things in the entire time section. So why? Why aren't they the same? Well, here's the thing you have to burn into your brain. Time is not based on 100. Our whole number system is, but time is based on 60. There's 60 minutes in an hour, right? So that decimal part, the 0.45, isn't 45 minutes. It's 0.45 times of an hour. To figure out what that is in minutes, you have to multiply it by 60. So 0.45 times 60 gives you 27 minutes. See? So 145 hours is actually 1 hour and 27 minutes. And if you want to go the other way, what's 1 hour and 45 minutes in decimals? Well, you take the 45 minutes, divide by 60, and you get 0.75. So it's 1.75 hours. Totally different. Okay, so your head might be spinning a little. You're thinking, how am I going to remember all this in a stressful exam? Don't worry. There is a way to avoid the decimal trap and all those other little mistakes. And the best part is, you already have the tool you need. It's time to find your calculator's secret weapon. Seriously, pause me if you need to and go grab your calculator. Got it? Okay, if you're on a Casio, look for a button that has these funny symbols on it, a little circle and some commas. People call it the bubbles button or the degrees, minutes, seconds button. If you've got a Sharp, you're looking for a button that says DMS. Go on, find it now. Found it? Awesome. That button right there is going to change your life. It is your best friend for time calculations. For real. All right, you found the magic button. Now let's see what it can actually do. I'm going to show you with a couple of typical exam questions how this thing makes everything, well, easy. Say goodbye to counting on your fingers or trying to borrow minutes from hours. It's all gone. Okay, here's a classic, a real bread and butter math lit question. You need to calculate the duration, or how much time passed, between 8:35 and 11:20. So we're just finding the difference, right? We need to take the end time and subtract the start time from it. Okay, grab that calculator and do this with me. We're going to type in the end time first. So press 11 and then hit your time button. Then press 20 and hit the time button again. What you've just told your calculator is 11 hours and 20 minutes. Cool, huh? Now press the minus sign. And let's put in the start time. 8, hit the time button, then 35 and hit the time button. Ready? Hit the equals button and look at your screen. It should show something like a 2 with a little circle, a 45, and then a 0. That's the calculator's way of saying 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 0 seconds. Done. Just like that. No borrowing, no stress, no chance of a silly mistake. The calculator did it all for you. Okay, that was pretty cool. But let's step it up a notch. What if they give you a massive number of seconds, like 9,450, and ask you to turn that into hours, minutes, and seconds? I mean, trying to do that by hand, what a nightmare. But with our calculator, it's actually just as easy. So here's how we do it. We need to tell the calculator that we're starting with 0 hours, so press 0, then the time button. Then we tell it we have 0 minutes, so press 0 and the time button again. And finally, we tell it how many seconds we have. So type in 9450 and hit that time button one last time. Got it? Now just press equals. And bam! Look at that. It just spits out the answer for you, perfectly formatted, 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 30 seconds. Can you just imagine trying to do that in an exam, dividing by 60, then dividing again? So much room for error. This way is foolproof. Okay, one more key skill. Sometimes the exam question will specifically ask you to convert everything into just one unit, like minutes. And sometimes you have to show you're working out, so you can't just use the calculator button. It's really easy though. First, you take the hours, in this case 2, and you multiply by 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour. That gives you 120 minutes. Then you just add on the extra minutes you already had. So 120 plus the original 30 gives you a grand total of 150 minutes. Simple, but you gotta know how to show it. Okay, so we've got the skills. We know about the decimal trap. We know about the magic calculator button. But how do we put it all together when you're sitting in that exam hall and the pressure is on? Let's talk strategy. First thing, you need to become a keyword detective. When you're reading a word problem, your eyes should be scanning for words like these: how long, duration, later, earlier. As soon as you see one of those, a little alarm bell should go off in your head. Ding, ding, ding. This is a time calculation question, and I know exactly what to do. Okay, here it is, a proper, meaty, exam-style question. A bus leaves Joburg at 22:45 on a Monday night. It gets into Cape Town at 16:30 on Tuesday afternoon. The question, how long was the journey? Now, this is a kind of question that scares people. It's 24-hour time, and it goes overnight. But you've got a strategy. Let's tackle it right now. So here's our winning strategy, nice and simple. Step 1, what's our start time and end time? Start is 22:45 on Monday, end is 16:30 on Tuesday. Got it? Step 2, use that calculator button. But wait, there's one little trick for journeys that go overnight. Because the end times number is smaller than the start times, we need to help the calculator understand it's the next day. So we just add 24 hours to the arrival time. So instead of 16:30, we're going to punch in 40:30. Try it now. Type 40, hit the time button, 30, hit the time button. Now subtract the start time. Minus 22, time button, 45, time button. And now for the best part. Step 3, get those marks. Hit equals. What do you see? 17 hours and 45 minutes. See how easy that was? The calculator does all the heavy lifting for the overnight part. So what's the main thing to take away from all this? It's simple. Time questions, they are not your enemy. They're not something to be scared of. They are literally an opportunity for you to get easy marks. They're just sitting there waiting for you to collect them. So my advice? Get friendly with that calculator button. Practice with it. Always remember that decimal trap. And walk into your next exam knowing that you've got this. Because from now on, time is on your side.